Hmm. We
IONS have been vaccinated. And we are ready to welcome the new academic year.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is me, Mr. Gate, and I am going to be your companion for today, where we are going to learn about English. I would like to say welcome for all of you who already joined, and for those of you who just arrived. Just lift the camera a little bit. Oop, push. This is a new technology. You probably don't know this, but I can move the camera with my hand. But I'm still, practicing. No, I'm joking. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we are going to learn how to introduce our friends. It is very common situation when you go out with your friends and then you go for a walk in a park or in a mall. Like, nowadays people would go to the mall, watch cinema, go to the restaurant, go to wherever you usually hang out, cafes and stuff. And then you meet someone else. You meet someone that you know, and that person is asking you, who are you with? Now, it would be rude if you just like, oh, I'm alone. No, right? You're with your friends, you're with your companion. So it's a great thing to learn how to introduce your friend to another friend, right? Because in the end, we all want to know each other. So today we are going to learn how to introduce other people to another people that we also know. Okay, right. I've got the material here with me, and I am going to share the material as well as some audios later. I hope you guys stick with me, and we are going to learn together. There you go. You can see it on the screen. I've shared it, introducing a friend. Right. Basically, when you're introducing a friend, there are several things that you need to remember. First of all, not only you need to remember their name, you might also want to remember their profession, where do they live, and the most important thing, how do they know you or how you know them, the other way around. Yeah. Very important to mention that because otherwise it will create confusion. Another thing that it might help is that it might reveal another connection. It is proven many, many times in my experience that when I introduce a friend to another people or introduce to another person, it is very often that the other person would respond to something that apparently is also familiar to my friends. So that means I'm creating another new circle here. Not just that I'm going with my circle and then meeting another circle that is also mine, right? But I create a new circle between my friends and my other friends. And now they can become friends, right? That is great, right? As if we are agent of friendship. That's cool. That's a cool title, right? Hey, Gabe, the friend maker. Whoa, yay. Sounds cool. Friend maker. Right. So, introducing a friend, right? Okay, I'm going to go to the first task here. Right. Oops, sorry. Let's check this one out. Okay, is there a way that I can put this in the middle? Maybe I can. Let's just skip this. Right. Oh, that's one snapshot. We are going to complete the conversation and we are going to use the name in the box. But before we find out, let's think about this first. We got Jenny here. That's, I'm pretty sure, the name of a girl. And then we got Martin. Martin is definitely a name for a girl. And then we got Christine. Wait, Martin is not a girl. Martin is a male name, so it's got to be a boy. And then we got Christine, which is, I think, a girl. So let's find out which one is which. We got hello, and then blanks. Nice to meet you. But in here we can read Martin. I'd like you to meet Jenny. So the girl in the middle is neither Jenny nor Martin, because Martin is the boy, is the guy here, right? And here is, looking at her hand, she's got to be Jenny. Then we got one name that is not on the list, and that is Christine. So I'm guessing that this girl, she is Christine, whereas this guy is Martin. And then this one, of course, is Jenny. So the conversation will go like this. Martin, I'd like you to meet Jenny. And then the guy here will say, hello, Jenny. Nice to meet you. This could use a little bit of punctuation. Hey. And then this one, hi, Martin. It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, these are the very, very basic way to introduce your friend to another person. First of all, you have to be the agent. You have to be the one that says, hello, this is my friend, name's A, and this is my other friend, name's B. Like Kristen here, for example, Martin, I'd like you to meet Jenny. You address Martin by the name. That is kind of like a symbol, like a sign for Jenny to know that the guy that is with you or with Christine is Martin. And it's also a sign for Martin that the girl that Christine is trying to introduce her to him is Jenny. Yeah. So first of all, you have to say the name of both people that you know. Like, for example, if I'm going out with Tom and Joan, I would like to say, hi, Tom, meet Joan. This is my friend. And then Joan, this is Tom. Okay? You have to introduce them both ways, not just one way. Okay? Right. Let's scroll down and find out the next. Okay. Nope. I think I probably have gone too far. Okay. Right here. You know, my friend, the pad is small, it's this size. My finger is this size. If I move a little bit with my finger, it's all gone. Okay, we are going to listen to a conversation, but before you listen, try to complete the gaps by guessing the speaker's job. We only have Mr. Smith and Aaron. And which one do you think is the doctor and which one do you think is the teacher? Do you think that Mr. Smith is a doctor? Or do you think that Mr. Smith is a teacher? You might also think that Aaron is probably the doctor or Aaron is probably the teacher. Like we have Miss Aaron here and she's the teacher. Okay, so let's find out. I'm going to play the audio file for you. Okay, hope you can listen to it, but I think I've shared the audio. Here we go. Please pay attention. Let's listen first.
SMP, Grade 7, Unit 1. Introducing a friend. Task 2. Aaron, this is my friend Mr. Smith.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Smith, what do you do for work?
I'm a doctor.
Oh, where do you work?
New York University Hospital in New York City. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
What do you teach?
I teach English
Where?
at a high school in New Jersey.
That's nice. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Number 6. What is Chuck's
A bit too far there. Okay, so we have found out, yeah? We have listened to the audio. Now, we're gonna go back to the page 4. So what do you think? Which one is the doctor? Is that Mr. Smith or is that Aaron? Okay, so yeah, based on the audio, you know that the doctor is, of course, Mr. Smith, whereas Aaron is the teacher. But it turns out that it might be Miss Aaron herself, right? Well, if you don't know who Miss Erin is, I think you should just come to IONS and find out the truth about Miss Erin. Ooh, yay! So that's how you introduce people, yeah? Erin, this is my friend, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, this is my friend Erin. If they have a job, you should also include their job, right? If I have a friend that is a doctor, I will introduce my friend that is the doctor to another friend of mine. So, for example, hey Gary, this is my friend Dr. Leo. Dr. Leo, this is my friend Gary. There you go, right? Okay, so let's go to the next page. I guess that's clear enough. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Wait. Oh, how do I? Okay. It's, I need to really, move my fingers slowly. There you go. Now we go to B. Check your understanding. Do this exercise while you listen, and then write the words to fill the gaps. Right. So we have some of the gaps here. Okay. We are going to listen to it a little bit more. Yeah. So let's play the audio a bit more. I think, is it possible that we can play it from here while we watch the while we read it? Let's see. No, not possible. I guess. Yeah, should be. Let's try once again. Yeah, I'm going to share that again. The iTunes. Which one was that? I think it's got to be somewhere here. Oh, we should. Is it possible we go back? Ah, here.
SMP.
Right. I'm gonna pause that and then see if I can open that one. I think it's probably here. Oof. And what if I? They don't go well with each other. What if I minimize it? It probably worked. Right. Now it's gonna work. Well, here we go. Let's find out.
Grade 7, Unit 1. Introducing a friend. Task 2. Aaron, this is my friend Mr. Smith.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Smith, what do you do for work?
I'm a doctor.
Oh, where do you work?
New York University Hospital in New York City. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
What do you teach?
I teach English
Where?
at a high school in New Jersey.
That's nice. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Right.
Deep.
I'm gonna pause that one. You. Okay. We already done with the audio. Yeah. We'll play it later once again. But I want you to notice something. Okay. I want you to notice something. Look at the text. This is quite funny because it says Tom Aaron, this is my friend Mr. Smith. And then it says Robert. Oh, hold on. Let me just show you again. Let me just show you on the text again. See that? Okay. Maybe I don't know if we can play it. Maybe we can play it once again. Yeah. Here we go.
8课
Wait, that's not it. This one.
SMP, Grade 7, Unit 1. Introducing a friend. Task 2. Aaron, this is my friend Mr. Smith.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See that? Maybe the name is Robert Aaron, but that's a weird name because Aaron is supposed to be a girl's name. Maybe Aaron Robert son? No, that's just confusing. And Tom. Why would Tom be a girl? Oh, Maybe Tomiko is her full name. That makes sense, right? Well, let's carry on. Let's listen. Okay, let's continue.
Mr. Smith, what do you do for work?
I'm a doctor.
Oh, where do you work?
New York University Hospital in New York City. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
What do you teach?
I teach English
Where?
at a high school in New Jersey.
That's nice. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, let's try to fill in some of these. I don't know if this will work with the text. Probably can, yeah. This one here, let's start with this one here. We're going to, wait. I'm going to play once again.
SMP, Grade 7, Unit 1. Introducing a friend. Task 2. Aaron, this is my friend Mr. Smith.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Smith, what do you do for work?
Right. So for those of you who already joined this lesson, you would notice that Mr. Smith is actually a doctor. Yeah. So the first word that we are going to write in here, it is, as you might guess, when someone said nice to meet you, you also say nice to meet you. Right? Yeah, that's what you should do. And then, Mr. Smith, what do you do for work? Well, we know that Mr. Smith himself is a doctor. Okay, right, we are going to continue. Let's listen to this one again.
I'm a doctor.
Oh, where do you work?
New York University Hospital in New York City. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
What do you teach?
I teach English
Where?
at a high school in New Jersey.
That's nice. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Right, that should be enough. We got the first one, nice to meet you, and then Mr. Smith, what do you do for work? Mr. Smith say, I'm a doctor. Very good, thank you. And then next one, oh, where do you work? New York University. What was that? You know, New York University Hospital. Right. Right. It's New York University Hospital. That's what, well, that's what he said, right? I can do this. There you go. Okay. If, okay, a little bit of trivia for you guys. This name of the place, it can be read New York. If you're using British English, it will be New York. But if you're someone from New York, you will pronounce it New York. So Dr. Smith here, he said that he's a doctor, and where did he work? He worked in New York University Hospital in New York City. Okay. What do you do? Right. Let's go back to what Aaron Robert did or do, basically. She's a teacher. And then what do you teach, right? Let me move this a bit here so that you guys can read it. Right. What do you teach? And then Aaron replied, I teach English. Okay. This is how you should read it, guys. You should read this one English, not English. Okay. I've heard that many times. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm making fun of you, but it's rather incorrect. So you pronounce it English. It's the language from the country of England. So of course you use the language name English. Right. Where? Okay. At a high school in New Jersey. Again, I said it right, new instead of new. New Jersey. It doesn't need to be a capital. High school, New Jersey. There you go. Let me move this a bit so that you guys can read it. Oh, sadly, this can be moved. But but this might be enlarged. No, sorry that. Okay, so it's still the same. Anyway, I'm just gonna put it here so you guys can read it. Okay, there you go. What is this one? Nine. We need that. Take that away. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, so let's read the conversation once again. We have, hi, this is my friend, Mr. Smith. Nice to meet you. And then Mr. Smith also say, nice to meet you. Mr. Smith, what do you do for work? I'm a doctor. Oh, where do you work? New York University Hospital in New York City. What do you do? I'm a teacher. What do you teach? I teach English. Where? At a high school in New Jersey. That's nice. How old are you? I'm 32. Okay, there you go. That's how you introduce a friend to someone that you know. Right. So you guys, you can screenshot the picture, the picture that I share with you, so you can keep it on your memory, save it on your phone or on your computer, whatever, and use it as a reference next time you talk to someone and you want to introduce your friend that is going with you. Right. I hope that's enough. So I'm going to erase them. Well, okay. It's a bit difficult erasing with this thing. Ah, I got it. Use both my finger. Hold on. Hop, hop, hop. There. Okay. Weird. Right. I don't think there's any question with this one. So let's go to task 3, vocabulary. Now, when you want to introduce people, there are several ways. The formal one and the less formal one. The less formal one is definitely very easy. Okay, it's definitely very easy. Now take a look at this one. The one up here is more formal, and the one that goes here is less formal. So for example, introductions, introducer, and this is response A, and this is response B. I'd like to introduce Henry Cheng. That's very formal. You usually say that or use that when you want to introduce someone in like a formal assembly or like a seminar, like a class, like a lecture, or more like what? How can I say? You know, like a workshop, right? Workshop. So you would use that. I'd like to introduce Henry Cheng. Yeah, this way of introducing people is really formal, and it makes people that is being introduced this way really good. But if you meet your friend like in a pizza parlor, or you just want to introduce your friend to other friend, I don't think that you should use I'd like to introduce Henry Cheng here. He's a very talented Minecraft builder. That's way too formal. You can go with the less formal ones. For example, I'd like to introduce Mary Brandon. Okay. Or you can also go somewhere along the middle. I'd like you to meet Patricia Murphy. I'd like you to meet Patricia Murphy. Or you can go a bit less formal and go a bit, street level. And then you go, I'd like to introduce Tony Angelo. Okay. I'd like to introduce Tony Angelo. You can also go less formal and the simple and also simpler one. I'd like to introduce Akiko Sato, or the easy one. This is Ali Hassan. This is Ali Hassan. It's very simple, right? So the response will be like, for the formal ones, how do you do? Response B would be also, how do you do? Okay? Remember, everyone, if someone asks, how do you do to you, you answer, how do you do? Okay? You don't answer fine or great or excellent or amazing or please. No. When someone said, how do you do? And then shake your hand, you look that person in the eye and say, how do you do? And don't say anything else. And not like, how do you do back? No. How do you do too? No. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do always goes with how do you do. For some reason, this is like greetings and asking about someone's condition, but doesn't really give a care about what happened to the person. Like, how do you do? I'm fine. I don't want to hear from you. That's the funny thing. The most formal way to ask people to greet people is basically like, I want to know you. I'm feeling glad to meet you, but I don't want to know how you're feeling. How do you do? How do you do? That's it. Next, you can also go a bit less formal. You can say, glad to meet you. Glad to meet you. The pleasure is mine. When someone say that the person is glad to meet you, you say that the pleasure is mine. Okay. You can also use nice to meet you. And of course, the easiest way to respond it is nice to meet you too. You can also say pleased to meet you. I've heard so much about you. Nice to meet you. And then hi. High school. Oh no. Oh, this is I forgot to erase this. Let me erase this one. High school. Bye. And then of course the most informal way of greeting people of all time, hi or hello or what's up, or like hey, how are you? Yeah, we don't really pronounce how are you, but like how are you? Kind of like that island where you want to go to with cool beach and nice waves and funky guitar sound, Hawaii, and then how are you? That's that's kind of how it sounds like. How are you? Well, you're asking what? How are you? Yeah, how are you? Okay. Now this is some of the vocabulary that you can remember. You can screenshot it and keep it so that you can use it for further learning next time. All right. Now that you have screenshotted, you have saved it. I'm gonna move on to the next material. I think this will be page 15. This one. Now, if we want to address people here, you have to use title and also the last name. For example, Dr. Snow, Professor Schultz. This one is usually used in formal situation. Dean Schoolcraft. Now, Dean is not a name, okay? It's a title, though it might also be a name as well. But this one is Dean, the job, the what do you call it? The status. And then Dean Schoolcraft, Mr. Carnegie, Miss Skife, Mrs. Snow, Miss Newman, Susan, Melanie, Barbara, Patricia, Joseph. And we can use this Mr. if it's a man, Miss if a single woman not yet married. If she is married, then you can use Mrs. Remember the difference? Miss and Mrs. Mrs. Okay. Or Miss, a single or married woman. And then full name first, yeah, full first name. Note, some people want their full first name used in all situations. Okay. For example, the first name is, what do you call it? The first name is Joseph, right? And the middle name is Franz. And then the last or the family name is, let's just look from one of these, Snow. Okay. So we have Joseph Franz Snow. Normally people would call the person Franz from the second name, from the middle name. But some people insist that they want to be called by their first name. So rather than just call this person Franz, you call this person Joseph. Or you can also use the title, and then the last name that he got, Snow. So, for example, Mr. Snow or Dr. Snow if he's a doctor. Okay. Now, another informal way you use last name only. Now, this is a little bit troublesome when in Indonesia because last name is not something that is popular here. And if you address people by their first name, it can sound really funny. Um, Say, for example, I have a friend, right? A girl. Her name is Laura Setiawan. Okay, Laura Setiawan. And then I meet another friend who's a guy, and his name is, for example, Kiki. Kiki Rossellini, right? Maybe the parents love Italian movies so much. Kiki Rossellini. And if I use this last name in Indonesia, might be weird, might be strange, because I will introduce the girl as Tiawan. Hi, this is Tiawan. And then I would introduce the boy as Rossellini, which is completely weird, right? Because, well, Rossellini sounds a bit feminine names, although it's actually Italian names for guy as well. But Setiawan is clearly Laura's father's name, and it's not her name. So rather than using Setiawan, I would use either Laura Setiawan or Laura. Okay. Now, informal addressing is also used in sports or in the military or in some offices. Like if you hear the commentator on a football, you don't hear that, oh, we have Messi player running around and taking the ball, and now he's going to pass the ball right on. Oh, it's being stopped by Mr. Puyol. It sounds funny. Okay, sounds weird. You don't address them formally, you address them informally. In military as well, okay, same. And in some offices. This is mostly used by a superior to a subordinate or among equals. Do not use this form unless you are certain that it is appropriate. Now that's the most important thing. If you don't know how to call them, you can always go by Mr. If you don't want to offend whether someone is already married or not married yet, you can always call them Miss. Especially if you are if the people is your teacher, because if the person is your teacher, whether that person is married or not, they can still be addressed as Miss. For example, one of our teacher here is called Miss Erin, whereas Miss Erin is already married and had two daughters, and we also have, like, for example, Miss Leah, which is not yet married, right? So there you go. But Mr., whether that person is married or unmarried, you can still call that person is Mr. When I work here for the first time, I haven't got married, and then they still call me Mr. A few years back, I got married, people call me Mr. again. I guess it's the same. Mr. Mr. Yes, something like that. Okay. Now, let's do this. We're going to complete the dialogue using the previous information. We got dialogue one. Greg, Susan, I'd like you to meet Alice Carter, a good friend of mine. What would Susan probably say? She would say, hi, Alice, nice to meet you. And then Alice will also say probably, hi, nice to meet you, Greg. Oh, nice to meet you, Susan. Okay, and then Susan say, Greg told me a lot of good things about you, Alice. Now, this is a good and friendly way when you just meet people that you don't know. But even though that person you don't know, you haven't seen the person, you haven't met the person in life, but if you have heard a bit of a life story about that person, maybe coming out from your best friend or your friend, it is always great to mention this. Yeah. Wow, Johnson, my friend here, Ralph, talks a lot about you. He's saying all the good things about you. This will make the person really flattered. Yeah, it will make them feel really respected. So it's good to know. Very good to know. Right. Let's go to dialogue though. We have Sumarni, Rita, and Hassan. Sumarni said, Rit, this is my good friend and colleague, Hassan. Rita will be, well, look at the answer. The answer is pleased to meet you too. So we gotta think that Rita might say, hi Hassan, pleased to meet you, right? Hassan will be like, pleased to meet you too. Are you and Sumarni know each other long? Rita will be like, we are friends from college, right? Hassan will be like, oh yeah, are you from Bandung too? Rita will be like, no, I'm native Jakarta. So hence the dialogue. Hassan said like, well, it seems like both of us native Jakarta. Oops. Where do you live? Rita like, in Menteng, right? Menteng dalam atau Menteng luar? We are neighbors then, Hassan said like that. Yeah, both of you could do your morning walk together. Hassan and Rita will like, why not? Why not? Yeah, if you live in the same neighbor, it might be great to mention that. It is always fun to say where you're from. All right. Um, I still remember many times when I was in Australia, uh, my auntie always introduced me like, "Hi, this is the son of my friend, and they are from Jogja." And then the other person will be like, "Wow, I've been to Jogja. Sorry, I've been to Jogja. Which part of Jogja do you live?" I would always say like, "Oh, I'm from the southern part of Jogja. I'm from Jalan Parangtritis." Right? You can also say wherever you live. You don't say Jalan Parangtritis. That's my home. Unless you're my mother or you're my sister, you can say that, but you don't live with me. You live wherever you are. So mention the area where you live, and that might open a new light of possibility that the person that you're introduced, like, oh wow, I live not far from there. I live near Wirasaban Hospital. Well, there you go. That's not far from Jalan Parangtritis. See that? Right. So that's how we do it. Yeah. This is how we introduce ourselves to people. Okay. Now let's go to task for speaking. Now you can write 5 questions that you need to ask to complete the introductory test in the exercise below. Okay, we are going to fill in B first then, and then we are going to work on A. First in B, ask the 5 questions to partner. Write your partner's answer in the space provided. Let's see. Introductory test. I'm going to make up names, yeah? So for example, the question number 1 will be, hold on, I'm going to do this. Where do you live, right? Or where do you come from? Where are you come from? How old are you? Okay. Oops, sorry. How old are you? Next one. How do you know me? How do you know? Okay. Next one. What do you do? I guess that's a very sensible answer. What? Oh, we already have what? Do you do? There you go. And what? I have no idea what else. Maybe what's your favorite food? Like that. Okay. Now I have written some of these prompts here or question using how, where, and what. And now we're going to read the text. Hi, my name is and I would like to write your partner's name. So for example, in this case, you can say like, hi, I'm Gabe. Okay. And I would like to introduce you to Bram. Bram is a friend of mine, right? And then I would say, He or she is from America. Bram is American. And then Anne is 20 something years old. You can say, like, if you don't know the age, you can ask the person or make an appropriate approximation. Sorry. For example, Bram is 25 years old. I'm gonna say, like, oh, he's from America and he's 25 years old. And then you can also add he or he has one brother and one sister. Or if more than one, you can say he has, or he have, yeah, he have several, maybe seven brothers. Wow. And one sister or two sisters. Yeah? And then we got favorite food is all right. So say for example, we have two person that we never met. I have apa ya? I have Johnny and Jacob. I can say that Johnny's favorite food is sate tempe, for example. And then for example, I can add, oh, in his free time, Johnny likes to swim in the river. Yeah, these are all additional information. Again, additional information that you can add to make your introduction more convincing. Here's the thing. Why is it important to introduce your friend? We don't need to introduce ourselves to our friends. We are already friends, right? But adding friends to a circle of friends will definitely enlarge your circle. So next time you want to go outside, you can ask friend A and friend B. That's what happened to me. I have a friend B that I know for a long time, and then suddenly I met another friend. This friend of mine met a friend A. Friend C of that is going with me, and then meet with other friends and start to remember other names. So that will be useful, right? Yeah. Now introduce your partner to the class by reading the text now. I don't think that we have to do that. We have already done that. Ah, I just need to wipe this away. I'm looking for the email. Oh, here. Huh? All right. Okay, move on. Task 5, read reading. We are going to read the text about someone who tells about his math teacher. Weird. Okay. So this is Mr. Tucker is my math teacher at school. He teaches us at class 9. He is a smart teacher. He can teach us very well. He is a strict teacher. He doesn't like his students came late to class. No, at class, sorry. He will be very angry. Besides that, he doesn't like us sitting in the test. Beside that, and he doesn't like us sitting in the test. He always tells us to be honest. His students must pay attention to his explanation. Besides that, Mr. Tucker always does the same things every day. Entering the classroom, he will wash his hands in a basin in the corner of the class. Right? After that, he will walk over to his desk. Sitting on his desk, he will look at and then greet us formally. Then he will put on his glasses. I read it sunglasses. Open his textbook and ask us what lesson we discussed in the previous meeting. And then he starts teaching. I was really amazed by this habit. Now, this is actually the habit of someone who is, how can I say, is keeping the gate really small, keeping the circle really small. Got a drink there, sorry. That means this person is keeping a very strict discipline on how to work, on work ethics, and how to introduce people. Now, you may not realize this, but the writer is actually trying to introduce someone. So if we ask the question, what is the writer's purpose? To write the text. You can say that A, to show his dislike to his teacher, B, to get attention of his teacher, C, to make the readers know the character of his teacher, or D, to make the readers impressed by his teacher? The answer is C, to make the readers know the character of his teacher. And this, my friend, this is another way you can introduce someone that you know to other people. It's very simple. All you have to do is just describe them in daily life. So when you finish describing them in daily life, you will also notice that another friend will be interested, or maybe not. Right? Yay. Next, the writer describes Mr. Tucker as a serious man, humorous man, easygoing man, or friendly man. I guess I'm gonna go with a serious man. I don't think that the person is that friendly or that easygoing or that humorous, but one thing that is true, I think he is serious. Yep. Next, the writer can tell Mr. Tucker habit precisely because A, he always comes to school early, B, he admires Mr. Tucker character, C, he says Mr. Tucker does the same thing every day, and then D, he pays attention to Mr. Tucker's explanation. Now, both B and C can be a good answer, but I think based on the deduction alone, the person can tell Mr. Tucker habit precisely because C, he sees Mr. Tucker does the same thing every day. Now, if you know that someone is doing the same thing every day, you will know that they have routines, that they have disciplines that they have to follow. Okay, I guess that's the doctor. Next, number 4. I was really amazed by this habit. Now, the underlined word here is really close to the meaning of what? Amazed is somewhere between surprised and also feeling, how you feeling? Feeling that it's something awesome, great. So rather than scared, no. Ashamed, no. As surprised, that's possible because it cannot be nerves. Yeah. So I think the answer is B, surprised. Because amazement, yeah, is a way that you got by surprise. It doesn't just come like poop. No. Right. Let's see. We arrived at the last one. Task 6 is about writing. Write about your favorite person. It can be your favorite artist, family, friend, or teacher. Writing about a person is also another good way to introduce a friend or someone that you know. So I'm going to give you a bit of example. I'm going to introduce you to a person that you might have never heard before. Let me try to think. Cool, yeah. Okay. I'm going to introduce my friend. This is how we do it. First of all, sorry. First of all, you have to mention that you are going to introduce your friend, right? I'm going to use this one. Hold on. Okay. Hi, everyone. This is my friend. Not friend. Friend, Mr. Josh. Oh, this is my friend. I just wanted to hide it. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How do I make it? Let's try. Yeah. Hi, if everyone. This is my friend, Dr. Jen. Ah, Jenkins. I guess this thing can be stretched, no? And this one too? No. Yeah, let's just start from the way. I, I don't know how I do it with this one, but let's just see. Hi everyone, this is my friend Dr. Jenkins. I think D should be capital, right? Dr. Jenkins, he's from Australia. He's from Australia. He works in Melbourne Central Hospital. What else? He's a very smart person. He conducted research on cancer. Answer on cancer cells. Is diligent, and I want want you to meet him. There. Ah, finally. Whew. Now I can move this a little bit. This is what I want. Hi everyone. This is my friend, this is my friend, Dr. Jenkins. He is from Australia. He works in Melbourne Central Hospital. He's a very smart person. He conducted research on cancer cells. Supposed to be with an R. He's diligent, and I want you to meet him. Okay. Now, this is a simple way you can introduce your friend. Pardon me for the cancer. Yeah? It's a bit hard to type with this thing. But I hope you got the idea. I hope you got the gist of it. Yeah. Basically, you have to mention the person's name, where's that person from, what job or what profession that the person do, any, and then a little bit of information about the person, and might be a little bit of character adjectives you can use. Yeah. Like for example, he is kind, he's nice, he's very smart, whatever. Okay. So that's how you introduce your friend. Now you can screenshot the image, all right, and then I will erase it. There you go. Right, and that's it. That's it today. That's all. I guess I've given you everything. And let us do a bit of a speed checkpoint. We've done the writing. We have answered the question. We have learned how to use the question word with where, how, and what. Yeah. You can also ask why, etc. And then we already did complete the dialogue. We had learned how to introduce people. We've listened to it, and we have learned the basics. I guess that's it. We covered everything, I guess. Yeah. I think if you have any question, you can write down in the comment section. If not, then I guess that's it. Thank you very much for joining. It's been really a pleasure for me to be here. See you again next time, guys. Until then, stay safe. Don't forget the pandemic's not over, so please protect yourself. I'm Mr. Gabe. See you again next time. Bye-bye.
IONS have been vaccinated.